Hi, I'm Marie from Laurel and Vine Floral Design. I went for a walk today and I picked up some goodies along the way. So I'm going to start with this greenery, and this is actually fennel. Smells like licorice. You can actually eat it, but I'm going to use it as a greenery in my arrangement. And I'm going to remove these lower offshoots so that there's nothing below the water line. I want to keep everything out of the water, all the greenery, all the flowers, so that the water stays as clean as possible. So I'm just going to make a little collar of greens around my vase. I've filled it with cool water so that things can stay nice and cool and hydrated. So you can choose any greenery. If you live in the Bay Area, there's lots of bay trees, there's lots of eucalyptus, even oak. You can forage to give yourself a little collar to begin your arrangement. I'm going to do it just with these 3 stems right here. It smells so good. Okay, now I have these guys. I do not know the name of these. If anyone knows it, please let me know. I like these because they have the little yellow flowers. So I'm going to actually cut this top part off because I want those yellow flowers to be up at the top of my stem, okay? And when I cut my stems, I cut at a diagonal, so there's more surface area for the stem to drink water, okay? So I'm going to insert my stem in there. Ooh, cute little yellow flowers. And I have one more of these. I'm going to do the same thing for this one. I'm going to cut it down a little bit. The main mistake that a lot of beginner florists or just hobby florists make is they're afraid to cut down their stems. They think, oh, I don't want to waste it. But if it is not serving your design, then it's good just to cut things out. I wanted these yellow flowers to be seen, so I cut off the top part so they could be the shining stars up at the top here. Okay, here I have some Nandina berries. Nandina is a little shrub that grows a lot of the time. It's in parking lots and such. It's pretty common. So these are the little berries on it. Those make a nice chunk. So I'm just gonna nestle them right in there. They give a nice little texture. I tried to get a lot of different shapes and sizes and colors and textures so that the design is just nice and interesting. Okay, now I have these little purple irises. Okay, so give it a diagonal cut. Now what I'm going to do with these irises is I'm going to cluster them together. That's a design technique so that your eye can be drawn in one area and it can have a place to rest. So instead of peppering these around, I'm going to place them next to each other so that they can create a little bit of a focal point. If you have a big, large flower, that can serve as a focal point. But if you have some medium flowers or some small flowers, you can use the clustering technique. Oh, this one's a little bit short, so I'm going to set that aside. I can use that in a small little bud vase later. That one's a little too small. Okay, also I have some lupin. That's a very similar purple color to my irises. So I'm going to put it next to them and start creating a little bit of a cluster here. I'm going to continue this line here so that it pulls it all the way down. 1, 2, 3, 4 flowers will create that gorgeous purple line. There we go. I've got a few more lupin, so I'll add those in. Now I'm going to add in this pink flower. I do not know what this is called. If anyone knows, let me know what it is, because I think it's absolutely gorgeous. It kind of looks like wax flower, but I don't think it is. I don't know. It's really beautiful though. So I'm going to create a big focal point. This is nice and bright. I'm going to create a focal point and cluster all of the pink that I have. I think I have one more stem of it. So I'm going to cluster that together to make a really big impact in the design. So I'm going to pull off the lower flowers and greens so that there's nothing beneath the water line, remember? Okay. So here I have my purple line, and now I'm going to cluster my pink right here. Okay, there we got some pink. And I really like how this stem naturally flows to the side. I would like it to float off just like that, okay? So I'm going to place it right next to this and use the natural shape of the stem and let it just float off of the side of the vase, just like that, okay? Okay. Another thing to think about when you're designing is color. So I see these burgundy centers of these pink flowers, and I wanted to match that with some grasses. So I picked these kind of burgundy, purplish, pinkish, mauve-ish grasses, and they're so pretty. They have that natural little ombre to them. So I'm going to place these near these pink flowers in the design so that it can kind of play off of that tone. It's a subtle matching, but it really makes a difference in your designs if you choose ingredients that have a few similar tones. It can just really make a big difference. Now I picked these wild oats, and you see how the very top of them has that brownish, burgundy, purplish color. So I picked those for the same reason. I really like that they kind of match that grass and those pink flowers. So I'm going to let them hang out near those other colors that they're similar to. Okay. Now I have my oats hanging. Okay. I have this big piece of greens, and now I have to decide what I want to do with it. I'm thinking, since this part is poking up all the way here, I think I'm going to extend that line even higher. And I'm going to put this stem in here so it's got a little bit of a up and down and then whoop shape here with the fennel. What do you guys think? Yeah? Okay, so I'm going to remove a few of these. Goodbye, little blooms. It's okay. We'll survive without them. I gave it a fresh cut, and now I'm going to nestle it in here behind those seeds, just to extend that a little bit so that we have a little bit more of a dramatic shape with the design. And I have another little piece here. I'm going to look at my design and see where I would like it to go. Maybe I will mirror it on this side. So I have one coming down here. Maybe I'll put it here so that it can hang out next to the fennel, and it can appear a little bit like one line coming down. We'll see how that works. Okay, check out these grasses. Again, they've got some purpley burgundy tones. So that can play off of both the irises and the lupin and these little mystery pink flowers and these little oats and the grasses. So we're really pulling some colors together in really subtle ways because these are quite delicate and small and they don't make a huge impact with color, but even just these little hints of burgundy can make a big difference when you're looking at the design. Here I found these little white dried things. And because I have this Nandina berry in here, if you can still see it, that was quite light. So these are going to tie that together. Okay, here is my final design. We have a little bit of an asymmetrical look going on. I hope you enjoyed this and have a great day.